Hey guys, Chris here with Crypto B Vision, bringing you another wicked video. Today we're going to go over Ethereum, Link, and DOT charts in TradingView. The link for TradingView is in the description if you're interested in getting it. Every referral that I get helps support the channel and helps me bringing you guys major content. Also, please don't forget to like, subscribe, ding that bell, and drop me a comment on what you thought of the video. You're going to get to take a look at an Ethereum chart I did about 3 weeks ago, and it played out perfectly. Obviously, we are in a hyper bullish moment right now. We're going to go over Polkadot. Looks like it is bull flagging, guys, but we got to be safe. We're going to dig into where to put your stop losses, how you get your entries, how you get your exits, and how we measure how much profit in a percentage you're going to take home today within these charts. Maybe not today, but throughout the week. We want to be safe when we're trading and retain as much wealth as we can at this time, guys, because losing 10 bucks today means $100 a year from now. That we know. So again, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop me a comment on what you thought of the video, guys. Let's dig in to the charts. So guys, at this point, we are going to be looking at Polkadot, Link, and Ethereum in this video. We're starting with Polkadot. As you can see, I have drawn the trend lines upper and lower as I see them on the chart. Everybody's charts and trend lines may look a little different, but in my opinion, I'm seeing a super bullish pennant at this point. So a lot of people ask, well, where do you put the stop losses? Well, it depends what kind of market you're in. We are in an uptrend and almost a hyper bullish market. So what I would be looking to do at this point, you see how this pattern is formed. I like to go back to where it entered the pattern. And then I want to find the lowest wicks down and put my stop there. So at this point, I would probably run my stop maybe just below that $8.65, I think. That's probably where I would put my stop loss. And I always put on my charts my stop loss in red. That way, red means stop. You know, it's pretty convenient. Now, another thing people tend to ask is, how do you get your targets? We'll go over that in just a second. And then we'll head over to Link. But for now, I wanted to look at Market Cipher here because it's looking really good. As for the VWAP was rejected from the zero line, it looks like right there, which is right there, which can be resistance. But we're dumping down, guys. We're heading down. And on the 4 hour, if you get a green dot like this, an illuminated green dot at this point, we're looking at a huge move, a better chance at a huge move, I should say, at the upside. So at this point, you know what? I would probably enter this dot trade. Dot's one of my long-term holdings, so I trade it short-term in leverage on Binance. But at this point, I would probably enter there. If you used heavy leverage, it's tough to say. You want to make sure that this green dot illuminates down there before you enter any leverage trades using Market Cipher. Again, Market Cipher, the link is in the description if you're interested in purchasing it. I have a couple tutorials on it, and there is a wealth of knowledge on Market Cipher. And so if we go into how we get, say, our two targets, we grab our little price action tool here. We go to where it entered and where the first rejection was, right? Then we find our breakout. You have to wait for a breakout, let's call it. I'm going to assume if this does break out, it's going to be somewhere along the lines of this. And my breakout lines always go in white. So if my assumption is correct, we know what assumption stands for those. So try not to do that too often. I'm assuming my first target for this rise will be almost 16% at $11.31. If we continue into this bullish uptrend, Bitcoin is dominating right now. And then for our second target, you go to where your last real support was before entering. So we go from there up to the rejection, and you're looking at 27% or 23.33%-ish. and your second target will be about $12.08, guys. That's how I get my targets. Once you learn how to do the patterns, the trends, and all that, then you can get your targets. Now, at this point, I wouldn't put my sells. If I entered a trade now, stop here, I wouldn't put my sells here. I would go maybe 80% of this. So maybe my first target would be, say, $11.05, and then we put these in light blue. Let's use light blue, and then this, for instead of $12.08, I'd probably go maybe $11.76, because if the TA chartists are charting this the exact same way, you want to be out before they drop out of their trades. Okay, so that is Polkadot. Now let's hop over to the link for our USDFT. Look at that. Chainlink tethers. What do we got here? Well, we got a bunch of old stuff on there. So, oh, Link just had quite a bit of a pump. A little bit, eh? Well, here we go. So, as we can see, what you want to see on this market cipher also is this green money flow. In the green, green means go. You got it. You got it. That's it. And as you can see, it has the same, the VWAP kind of looks the same as it did with DOT. Now, the reason for this is it was probably on the uptrend. We're coming up. We want to break through. But then Bitcoin said, you know what? I'm taking this, guys. I'm taking this. So Bitcoin started pumping. And then we are left flat. Okay. But as you can see with Market Cipher, if you were buying the green dots, you would have bought here and sold the red dot. You would have sold here. So that's an easy 10-20% on higher leverage. As for this link chart, there's nothing too spectacular. I would probably surpass this chart and wait for something to happen, either the VWAP to cross the zero line or a dip down to, other support levels. But if we were looking at it, you could say heavy support right here, I guess. Maybe bottom of the wick. Yeah, there you go. You could see heavy support there. Support line can be white today, I guess. And if you wanted to, little cup and handle action there, I guess, on the previous. But right now you may see some sideways. You may see a little bit of drop. You may see it come higher. You can, at this point, with what you're looking at here, your next order of business would be to take this down to the 1 hour. If the 4 hour is not clear, you can take this down to the 1 hour chart and get more of a clear visual. You see how things change when you change the subject of the charts. So with this, you can see we can draw a little trendy up here. Not that it is even valid. I mean, 3 touches and it's valid, but at the same time, all these charts are kind of tougher to trade. Unless you get a clear depiction like DOT, I would definitely enter a trade in DOT. But at this point, we're looking at, as you can see right here, the 21 came down through the 50 MA, and the 200 MA is actually holding quite a nice price, to be honest. We'll make that one pink. So let's hope. You want to look for maybe a bounce off this trend line. Remember though, if this price action comes down, if this 21 MA crosses this 200 MA, you could also be looking at a death cross, they call it, when the 21 MA crosses down through the 200 MA death cross. If the 21 MA crosses up through the 200 MA or higher, then you were looking at a golden cross. You got it. So at this point, guys, with Link, I would just wait it out. What you can do is you can set alerts. Set an alert for 1520, set an alert for 1471. Then you don't have to stare at these charts all day, man. It gets pretty tiresome. But if we were to remove all that and draw a couple trend lines such like this, you may be looking at something along the lines of a descending channel, which is bullish. You got it. So yeah, something like that. You could be looking at something like this. These rounded tops, bearish, right? Almost a little triple top here. I don't know if it's too valid. 1, 2, 3, and down. So yeah, this is this link chart. I wouldn't trade this link just yet. You either want to watch for a breakout above the upper resistance level, which at the current moment is sitting at about, oh, let's make that orange, sitting at about 1726. As you can see, went up, rejected, tried again, rejected, tried again, rejected, and dipped. So at this point, I'd be looking for some sort of a bounce off this trend line here, or a breakout of this trend line here, and then of course the resistance following. Okay, let's take a quick look at Ethereum, ETH, USDT, and I trade in all USDT, guys. Why? I'm just conditioned that way. Here's the old chart, eh? Oh, we're gonna get this. Let's get that out of there. So here's the old chart. Look at that, posted in group. Let's take a look how it looks. Oh, by the breakout of here. Had we bought the breakout at 745 and we rode it all the way up here, would have been amazing. Amazing, guys. Okay, now we are on the 1 hour. So if I was any sort of trader here, guys, I'd be looking at your possible Ethereum maybe looking good. If we get a inverse head and shoulders, right, guys, and then we find the neckline, which is going to be about right here. We want to take our measuring tool from bottom candle body to neckline. Move this up here. Target will make green. So that's just something quick to do. We are looking at the VWAP below. Let's get that up there a little bit more. The VWAP below the zero line here on Market Cipher. But we are heavy, thick in the green money flow, which is good. This can turn in an instant, my guess. Let's get this to be blue. My guess, you may get a dip down to 1182, and then if that gets rejected, or supported, sorry, off of this, and it possibly goes up to test and break through this neckline, I would consider at this point, I would consider buying the breakout here with a target of 1405. So that's going to be about 18%, I think. No, oh, 12%. There we go. Duh, it's right in front of me. So if something like this, if we see a support bounce up off of this, go ahead and you can set your stop here at 1058. If you're spot trading, if you're high leverage trading, you're going to want to hop down to the 1 minute, 2 minute, or a 3 minute chart and go from there. But if I was spot trading, I would feel good putting my stop loss right there at about 1055. You can do half of a stop if you want, a little higher, maybe just below the wicks of these shoulders, if this is in fact an inverse head and shoulders. Say something right there. Right, there's many, or even right here. There's many different places you can put your stops, guys. You can do 33% here, 33% here, and 34% here. And then you're pretty protected. You know, you're going to lose a little bit. You can check how much you're losing on TradingView as well. If you entered here and you stopped out here, you're down 2.3%. If you entered here, you stopped out here, you're down 4.7%. And if you entered here and got stopped out here, you're down about 10%. But with all hopes, guys, you should be up much more than 10% in the past 2 months. It's been quite the run, you know? So I hope these charts helped you. I hope this helps kind of explain and go through what I do in a chart on a daily basis when I pick the certain coins. One thing to remember, guys, is you want to stick to, you know, no more than 6 coins that you're charting at once. And then when you chart your coins, you have your limits, right, on your app. Set your alert for this level, right? And then you can watch it for a bit, see if it rejects. If you go down to the lower time frames, then you can watch that auto clear. But thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate your time and I appreciate you. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ding that bell, guys. And drop me a comment. Did this help you? Which coins are you charting? Which coins are you super bullish on? So thanks again. We'll see you on the next one.